I'm Dr. Kong, an expert who focuses on multicultural social issues study. Today, I'm going to talk about how immigrants' journey creates one's identity crisis and potential solutions. Leaving one's place of birth is not an easy decision, and people leaving a country either because their life is in danger or in search for a better life. Zhu is one of them, one of the 500,000 immigrants who is seeking for a better life. Zhu is Chinese, a young professional, well educated, was working as a project manager in IT industry, and he is the outcome of Chinese one-child policy. The high-paced working environment is not he wants. He wants a better place for himself and also for his parents' retirement. So he decided to change his life, go to grad school in Canada, and work in order to get a permanent residence identity. Also, he can sponsor his parents in the future. The immigration journey is much tougher than he thought. He is a representation of liminality, which described as a betwist and between the positions assigned it and narrated by law, custom, conventions, and ceremonial. It is a stage as in between positions or one in transactions. Let's see Drew's immigration journey. In his 8 years immigration journey, Zhu experienced a lot, such as the first time being alone at Chinese New Year, working under discriminations, going through the complicated PR process. And these are the pain points, like suffering homesick, work pressures, and financial issues. Liminality has three dimensions: stress, social culture learning, and cognitive accumulations. Homesickness for heads of between pre-migrations and post-migrations and the eager of staying in Canada, creating invisible and enormous stress. Experiencing the culture shock and the discriminations among day-to-day activities force him to get rid of those accents as much as possible and act like a normal person living in Canada. The West culture values slowly embed into Drew's mind. However, Drew is continuously negotiating the tensions between the larger cultural discourse of social identity and individual self-constituted understanding of self. He tried to blend into the mainstream Canadian society. These caused Drew's identity crisis. It is like riding the roller coaster. Drew's emotion is up and down constantly. Like dominoes, since it has been triggered, one small thing will stop your immigration journey. However, things do not happen one by one. The stacking pressure is going with time and become higher and higher. Immigrants' identity constructions is more seen as continuous and ongoing process through which immigrants reconstitute and negotiate their identity within the lived contradictions, complexities, and local specifics embodied in present-day migrant experience. These experiences now are depicted more as a dynamic and multidimensional process by which immigrants located in microstructural contexts, but also in meso-level contexts of media, families, and social networks, negotiating their identity. Fluid identity could be one of the solutions of immigration identity crisis. The contemporary immigrants are not longer unrooted individuals forced to adapt a new country and society. They are able to maintain strong connections to their homelands while living in a new country. They are fluid as they navigate between two worlds, the original and the host country, and they belong to both countries. Let's see how fluid identity being framed under three reports. From a Pew study, it reflects the cultural differences on identity perceptions between the East and the West. In the Western nations, the national identity is based on common historical memories, maps, symbols, and traditions. In Asia, the ethnic models of nations which as a community of common descent with people being related through the birth or the blood is prevalent. In Book of Hand, It describes people are not willing leaving the birthplace, it's because of family ties. Also, Chinese culture has a strong attachment to the concept of how is home. In Book of Ham as well, it describes physical settle down at home can benefit your career. In contemporary environmental psychology, place identity concerns the meaning and the significance of places of their inhabitants and user, and how this meaning contributes to individuals' conceptualizations of self. Multiculturalism concerns abandoning the myth of homogeneous and monocultural national states and recognizing right to cultural maintains and community formations and linking these to social equalities and protections from discriminations. In this way, multiculturalism represents a kind of corrective to assimilationist approaches and political surrounding the national incorporation immigrants. The traditional challenges to multiculturalism suggest that a real organization of diversity, including not just easily consists nations of cultural differences, of cultural belonging, nor of rather more sophisticated ideas surrounding multiple or hybrid identity, but also to diversity of attachments and belongings, some of which refer to people, places, and traditional outside of the containing limits of nation-states' residence. Under transnationalism, Zhu can truly be himself from being Chinese immigrants to Chinese Canadians. 哥哥啊，幾時到我玩啊？你玩咗好耐啦！
仔啊，有冇睇今日嘅新聞？跟住佢哋大鑊啦！
仔啊，咪玩啊！差點食飯啦！
Thanks.